What's up, y'all? I see I missed a lot from yesterday, but I'm all caught up, so let's make it brief. Let me just start off with Rolanda catching Kendrick on the phone with Don talking about bailing her out. Rolanda confronted Kendrick about it. He wanted Rolanda to keep it a secret from Natasha. He tried to play it off to make it seem like he was only talking to Don to get more information. But Kendrick did tell Don that he had put in a motion to get her bond reduced. Well, Rolanda told Natasha. Natasha didn't believe her. Natasha told Rolanda that she thinks she should mind her own business when it comes down to Kendrick. That's funny because women switching up on Rolanda is the reason why she said in the beginning of their friendship why she doesn't have many female friends. Well, Natasha said that she believed Kendrick really is only talking to Don to get more information. Well, Rolanda, you try to tell her. So when the truth does come out, you can just say, well, remember you told me to mind my business? Well, Natasha confronts Kendrick about it. He told her the same thing he told Rolanda. He trying to get more information. Sir, you do know Natasha's a lawyer too, right? You do know she can find out if you put in a motion to get her bond reduced, right? I'm pretty sure she knows some people downtown. Well, he tried to flip it and make it seem like Rolanda is too nosy. Then we got the skit of BK going over there to Natasha's house, trying to plead Don's case, trying to get Natasha to help him get Don out. Natasha went off on him. She said, F the family. The family keep effing my boyfriends. All right, soul fool. And old girl wasn't wrong. Let me talk about the podcast crew real quick. Dalen, Noel, Keisha, and Kelvin. So Noel calls and meets up with Kelvin, and she told him that she might be pregnant. He said, by me? Sir. Anyways, Kelvin suggested that Noel take a test. She said she didn't want to go buy one. Well, she bought one and she still didn't take it yet. That we know of. Then we got the skit of Noel and Dalen. So Noel called herself trying to tell Dalen that she's ready. She's ready for him to take her V card. Why? So you can try to pin that baby on Dalen if you are pregnant. And if he or she comes out light, bright, delight, you gonna say it was on your side of the family. But Dalen turned her down. He said he don't want her first time to be like that. He wanted to be special. Good job, Dalen. I am proud of you at this point. You have no idea the bullet you dodged. Just maintain that. Then we got Noel calling Keisha over to the house. Noel called her over just so she can try to squash their little beef, their tension. But she caused more tension. She told Keisha that Kelvin was in town. Now Keisha trying to figure out why come Kelvin didn't tell her and why he ain't been to see her, but he's been over there to see Dalen and Noel. Well, Noel kind of rubbed that in Keisha's face. That's supposed to be your man and you don't know? What's going on with y'all? Are you sure it's not the insecurity that you have about me and him? Keisha said, or intuition? I feel like Keisha do know something's up between Kelvin and Noel. She just doesn't have proof. Girl, you are closer than you think you are. Well, when Kelvin gets over there to the house, Keisha confronts him. She asks him why he didn't tell her that she was in town. He said he did not know he had to check in with her. Oh. Keisha said, excuse me, but last time I checked, you were my man. Because that's what he told Dalen she was when he was defending her at the birthday party, or what lack thereof. He said last time he recalled, they never talked about it and made it official. What? So now she looking at Kelvin sideways. Well, Keisha tells Noel what Kelvin told her about him saying that they're not official. And Noel ran that in the ground, talking about maybe God would send her somebody like Dalen. And then she's smiling and asking too many questions and too happy for me. And I hope Keisha's seeing that because Noel was throwing shots. Then Noel gonna tell her she thinking about starting a family. She's ready. And her and Dalen talking about they gonna start tonight. Sir, you better not. And if you do, I hope you find out that crib had been ramshacked way before you got in it. If you know what I mean. And I hope you use protection. But y'all ain't even married. So you should find that is suspicious because y'all not even married. And that's the main reason why she has been withholding for so long. But anyway, well, yesterday when Shayla was smoking with Delicia and Iman, she started tripping, talking about she got a lump in her neck. She thinks she got cancer. Well, she tried to smoke again with them today. They said no. Well, Iman said no and Delicia was agreeing. And Shayla suggested that Iman and Delicia work together. She told Iman that Delicia is a great stylist. Girl, go ahead and set yourself up to lose your man. The same way you thought Amber was going to lose hers. Well, after Iman left, Shayla told Delicia that she is a great friend. She's like a sister to her. She's probably one of the best friends she's ever had. For now, until she make you feel the way you made Amber feel. And since we talking about Amber put Kai to bed, which his daddy should have did that. So I guess she's the nanny. But Amber talking about Kai is like their saving grace. Because if it wasn't for him, she would have killed Shayla by now. Oh my goodness. Girl, bye. Scared. Well, let's talk about Wayne and Tamara. Wayne introduced Tamara to Rolanda as his business partner. They go way back. But he never told T that they used to be his ex. Well, Wayne introduced Tamara as his wife. And Rose's eyes got real big. Then Wayne told Tamara that he want her to meet Anthony. She said she don't want to meet Anthony. Well, Anthony comes over. She meets Anthony. She let Anthony know that she know Amber and Shayla both. They all went to the same church. Wayne told Anthony that he is going to be a faithful husband to Tamara. Jab after jab. He threw jabs at Anthony. He threw jabs at Rolanda. I ain't never had a woman make me feel like this. Well, Wayne gets a phone call and he walks away. Tamara invited Rolanda and Anthony to Wayne's surprise birthday party. Him and Ro exchanged numbers. Anthony said, here, we can exchange numbers too. Tamara was like, no, that's all right. I'll go through your wife. I don't like the fact that Tamara got the audacity to try to throw shots and feel some type of way about Anthony, but she don't feel that way about Shayla. That go both ways. Anthony didn't seduce or take advantage of Shayla. Shayla was a willing participant. So how do you got grace for Shayla, the actual homewrecker who betrayed her best friend, but you don't for Anthony? Like, Tamara, have several seats, girl. Wait till you find out you invited Wayne's ex-girlfriend. Well, you already know Anthony's gonna bring his wife. So, ex-girlfriends. But anyway, well, Wayne come back over there. Tamara leaves. Rolanda kept saying, bless her heart. Because she has no idea. Then we got the skit of Tamara out with her friends. She gave them an update about D. Well, they suggest that Tamara needs to tell Wayne that her and D was a little bit more than what she said that they were. So she does. She told Wayne that her and D was real serious and that they were together and that he gave her $12,000. Well, in another skit, Wayne tells her that he wants to give her allowance, $30,000 a month. Where do I sign up? He wants to give her the queen treatment and his black card and the $12,000 that she told him that she owes D. Well, she went to go pay D. D didn't like that. He kept asking her where did she get the money from. He's still in his feelings. He talking about he feel betrayed. She ain't have his back. That whole skit of D acting like he going off on Tamara, I felt like she could have held her own way more than she did because he got all this static for her. Yeah, how many times did he play in her face? In the last video that I did when I went off about him, I ain't even bring up Raquel. But like Tamara said, how would you like it if I would have went off like this with Momo? Hey, even with Raquel, he just flaunting them in your face. But still the streets out here thinking that y'all two together. And the moment she actually moves on and chooses better for herself, you and your feelings. So your mama didn't even want to do business with you anymore. But you too busy pointing fingers at everybody else and don't want to take accountability, Damien. But anywho, girl, don't feel bad, move on, keep it going. Keep it strictly business at this point. Or you can take your business elsewhere. Cause isn't Wayne doing music too? Got his own record label? Anyway, Tamara told Delicia and Shayla about the money situation with Wayne. They jealous. $30,000 a month. Delicia says, so what are you doing for him? They jealous, they hate. Girl, you gotta learn to keep some of your business to yourself. You are giving them too much information. How much money that man is giving you is none of nobody else's business. Then we got Larry, Bethany, Shara, and Brooke. Larry Bethany goes to the school with the camera footage. Apparently, Hope and Faith dared those girls to steal the purse. That whole situation wouldn't have happened like that in real life. He suspended the girls for 5 days. A hearing is pending. Bethany said that ain't enough. But if you would have filed a police report, more would have happened. If you would have went to the board about it, more would have happened. Well, Brooke confronted the thieves. Then Larry told her not to talk to any of them girls anymore. Well, Brooke goes to check Faith and Hope. Faith and Hope's mom and the other two girls' mom were going back and forth. Hope's mom demands an apology for the girls being accused. Well, Hope's mom and the other girl's mom get into it. Brooke is leaving to go to Shara's. She told Brooke not to take the purse. Brooke questioning why. She made a big deal out of it. Bethany said because I said so. They go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Shara comes out the car, asks what's going on now. Bethany says she don't want that purse at Shara's ghetto apartment. Shara goes off. Her and Bethany go back and forth. Then when they leave, Bethany said trash, like mother, like daughter. I really hope Larry look at the cameras and see that. I hope he can hear his wife calling his daughter and his ex-wife trash. And that little comment that Bethany made, talking about Shara and Brooke both need to get the weave out their ears. Oh my gosh, it's too much. As a black man, how could you marry somebody like that and look past that? Better yet, how can you date anybody or marry anybody that treats your race like that? And your daughter at that? Come on now. Then we got Jocelyn and Rafi. They both talking to Sonny. Jocelyn is pissed at T-Hustle. Rafi was trying to excuse his behavior. Jocelyn said if that was me, I would have handled that completely differently. Rafi said, what you mean? You gonna fight the person because they messing around with somebody close to you? She said, no. You know how I get down. And it ain't fighting. Divas on edge. So now Rafi shaking in his boots. Now watch. He gonna tell Sade. Sade gonna tell him stop being a punk. Cause when Diva find out about them two, R.I.P. baby. Then we got that skit of Jocelyn and Rico. He gonna talk to DK, get him some encouragement with walking. And they was talking about finding Rico a place and a legit job. Rona Piari. She spilled the tea on Amber, Anthony, Shay, and Wayne. All the tea. Well, Ron feels some type of way. He feel like that's too much. Now he needs reassurance. Questioning if they move too fast. She gave him the assurance he needed. Sir, I'm gonna need you to go see a therapist. Then we got Jay catching Trey roaming the property at Ernestine's house. Jay was in a chicken coop. Him and Trey get into it. Jay sees Trey's eye. They go back and forth. Trey tried to fight him. Jay said, don't make me get the other eye. Well, Jay told Ernestine about Trey's eye. He also told Ernestine that Trey don't need to be coming over there anymore. So are you her man now? He also said she need to change the code to the gate so he don't have access to her house no more. And I'll go over the skits in the next video. It's too many of them.